and hi everyone. Welcome to our video presentation Application of Geometry for subject Math 123 Foundation of Geometry. My name is Siti Khadijah binti Khalil. I will introduce my group members. They are Nur Mazian binti Mazlan, Nurul Adlina binti Sulaiman and Nur'alia Aisya binti Zainal, which will be joining me later. As for today, we will talk about introduction of geometry, application in geometry, coliseum, calculation of coliseum, party head and calculation of party head.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Mazian binti Mazlan. My number ID is 2021123107. Geometry comes from two Greek words mean G meaning earth and metria means measuring. The approach of geometry developed by the ancient Greeks has been used for over 2000 years as the basis of geometry. Geometry is a branch of mathematics that study the size, shapes, positions, angle and dimensions of things. Consists of 2D shape, 3D shapes, angle, coordinate plane. Geometry is used in various daily life applications such as art, architecture, engineering, robotics, astronomy, structure, place, nature, sports, machine, cars, and much more. Geometry is one of the essential aspects of mathematics that is necessary for our daily life. We use geometry and geometry shape every day to either create something new or use our basic element like book, pencils and much more. Students practice the skill of geometry in the daily life that they learn in the classroom. Why do we need geometry in our daily life? Geometry helps us in deciding what material to use, what design to make, and also play the vital role in the construction process itself. Second, geometry affects us even in the most basic details of our life. Third, it helps us understand specific phenomena in uplifting the quality of life. Introductions and history of Coliseum, also known as Flavian's amphitheater, located in Rome, Italy. Biggest amphitheater built by the Rome Empire. Constructions of the Coliseum began sometime between AD 70 and 72 under the Emperor Vespasian and finished at 80 AD. Accommodates 50,000 to 80,000 spectators and tires and exceed 20th century. Natural disaster, neglect and vandalism had destroyed 2/3 of the original structure of Coliseum. Restorations begin in the 1919 series, become famous, leading the attractions for tourists around the world. Overshapes 18.7 million long and 15.5 million. Setting plan for theaters for setting room.
Hi, my name is Alia and now I'm going to talk about function of Coliseum. Coliseum known to have performed in the arena on hundreds of occasions. Aside from the games, the Coliseum also hosted dramas, reenactments and even public execution. Next is application and shape involved in Coliseum, which is oval shape of the inner Coliseum underground. Next is elliptical shape of overall view of the Coliseum and also fractal pattern of the Coliseum. What is oval? An oval shape is a 2D shape similar to an egg that has no straight lines and vertices. The oval shape has one flat face which does not self-intersect at any point. Another way to describe an oval shape is by saying that it is similar to a smoothed circle, a circle that is elongated in a way. An oval shape is a closed, shaped and plane curved geometrical figure. It has one flat curved face. An oval shape has no corners or vertices like squares, for instance. A line of symmetry can be observed in some cases. There is no fixed distance from the center point to the circumference in like circles. It has no straight sides. Ellipse. In geometry, an ellipse is a two-dimensional shape that is defined along its axis. An ellipse is formed when a cone is intersected by a plane at an angle with respect to its base. It has two focal points. The sum of the two distance to the focal points for all the points in curve is always constant. A circle is also an ellipse, where the foci are at the same point, which is the center of the circle. Next, the difference between oval and ellipse. Oval does not satisfy the symmetry of its axes, major and minor, while ellipse, the center divides both of axes, major and minor, symmetrically. Next, oval is formed from arcs from three unequal circles, while ellipse is formed from a straight plane intersecting a right circular cone at an angle greater than 0. Last but not least, oval has no center but ellipse has a center.
Mathematical calculation of coliseum. So for coliseum, we use the ellipse area, which is A is equal to pi times A times B. To find A and B, we need to find the long and wide length. A is equal to the long length, which is 188.976 divided by 2 is equal to 94.488, and B is wide length, which is 156.362 divided by 2 equal to 78.181. In this formula, we use pi as 3.142. So the total area of coliseum is A equal to 3.142 times 78.181 and times 94.488, which is equal to 23,210.4766. Next is circumference for overall coliseum. We use the same shape as before, which is ellipse. The formula for circumference of ellipse is C equal to 2 pi times square root 1 over 2 A square plus B square. The amount of pi, A and B is equal to the amount used as before, which is pi equal to 3.142, A is equal to 94.488, and B is equal to 78.181. So, the circumference of overall coliseum, which is C, is equal to 2 times 3.142 times square root 1 over 2 times 94.488 square plus 78.181 square, which is equal to 544.8533. Party hat. A party hat is any of a number of celebratory hats, most typically in the form of a conical hat made with a piece of thin paperboard, usually with design printed on the outside and a long string of elastic acting like a chin strap, going from one side of the cone's bottom to another to secure the cone to the person's head. The party hat has its original in the dance cap or sanbenito worn by misbehaving or poorly performing school children from the mid-19th century to the early 20th century, with its festive decoration and society's positive attitude toward the wearer indicating a relaxation or even reversal of certain social norms. The origin of party hat. There is no one origin of pointed birthday hats. In fact, this distinctive headgear has been around at the very least since 2800 BC, when ancient Egyptian pharaohs donned it. It is unknown if pointed hats were adapted from Egypt or if they simply began systematically appearing around the world. Whatever the case, it is safe to say that not only are cylindrical birthday hats fun and cheap to make, they continue to proud tradition of many different cultures. What is a cone? A cone is a three-dimensional geometric shape that tapers smoothly from a flat base frequently, though not necessarily circular, to a point called apex or vertex. A cone is formed by a set of line segments, half lines or lines connecting a common point, the apex, to all of the points on a base that is in a plane that does not contain the apex. Properties of cone: 1 edges, 2 faces, and 1 vertices. Right versus oblique cone. The oblique cone appears to be titled and its axis is not perpendicular to the base. The right circular cone or regular cone's axis is perpendicular to its base.
Hi, my name is Adlina, and in this presentation, I'm going to talk about the properties of cones. The first one, a cone only has one face. An oblique cone is also one that does not have its apex directly above the circular base. Next, it has 0 edges. And lastly, the base of a cone is circular. Next, I'm going to talk about application of cone on party hat. The first point is that the party hat is cone shape. Hence, we calculate its surface area and volume by using formulas that apply to the cone. After that, to find the total surface area, we use this formula, which is lateral area plus width base area. And lastly, to calculate the volume, we use this formula, which is 1/3 multiplied with pi r square and height. And now, I'm going to talk about the main points of my presentation, which are the formula and the calculation for the cone party hat. So, to find its surface area, we must use this formula, which is sum of lateral area plus width base area. So, the first step to finding the surface area of the cone party hat is to find the slant height. The slant height is 15 cm. After that, we apply slant height to the formula of the surface area, which is S pi r plus with pi r square equal to 50 pi multiplied with 12 and plus pi multiplied 12 square. And the answer of the surface area of the cone party hat is 1017.8760 cm square. Next, I'm going to talk about how to find the volume of the cone party hat. The formula to find the volume of the cone is V equal to 1/3 multiply pi r square h, which means its radius is 12 cm while its height is 9 cm. And as shown below, that's how you find the volume of the cone party hat. In conclusion, through this geometry project, we have discovered a variety of things. We discovered how important geometry is to our surroundings and how it influences how we live in many different ways. Additionally, our understanding of geometry and its applications in daily life has grown. We identify the link between mathematics and world history by starting with the history and context of geometry. In case A, we discovered that the Colosseum, which was constructed over a few thousand years ago, used sophisticated geometry that has astounded many engineers and architects all over the world. In case B, the characteristics of a cone prism were utilized to create a party hat. So many aspects of our life, including architecture and technology, share the same characteristic. We have gained knowledge about the characteristics of these geometric shapes as well as how to recognize them in the real world. We have also learned how to use technology as a tool for information gathering. We therefore come to the conclusion that learning geometry is crucial for our further development. That's all from us. Thank you.